Hey guys, we have got a lot to do on this one. This craft's probably going to be one of the longer ones, but we're going to be using a little bit of black, a little bit of tree lime tree, some acryology green, a little bit of acryology gold, some red, some agave. This is Waverly chalk paint, and some apple barrel white. And we'll be using some wood glue, maybe some Mod Podge, don't know, hot glue, and antique Waverly wax. So we've got our job cut out for us. It's going to be a while. I'm going to try to work as quick as I can. When y'all come on, share it out. Let's get a lot of people watching. Now, y'all saw me cut this the other night, and all I'm doing is cutting off these little parts that have the holes, because I don't need them. And it's just a Dollar Tree board. And we're just cutting it off. Try to get it as smooth as we can. Got a sanding block. I can sand this just a little bit, because this one, my scissors weren't as good as the other night, and so they cut a little rough, but that's okay. Just sand it off real quick. Okay. Now, whoops. What we're going to do first, I've got my paint already out here on my little tray. But we're going to take and stain this, and then we've got these little things that came out of these little, you know, they come with the Christmas trees and stuff. They call them a DIY 3D craft kit. We're using these. So let's get our wax open. We'll go ahead and get these 4 stained and out of the way. Oh, and we need 4 feet. And these are just half wood beads. We'll stain those. Oh, that's a different size. Let me see if I got 4 the same size. That'll work better, I think. Okay, I'm going to have to use the smaller ones. I only have 2 of the larger ones. Okay. Well, we'll use 4 of the smaller ones then. We'll stain those too. And I've got baby wipes to do the staining with. So it won't, and I don't have to stain a lot of this, so I'm just going to stain like the edges, because it won't be seen. Like that. And then along the edges and the sides, because they will, the sides, well, they may not be seen much. We'll just see. I'm not sure how much of them will be seen. Not sure. But we'll stain it just in case. Okay. Now let's stain our feet. And I'm not staining the bottom of them, because you know I don't like to stain normally if I'm going to be gluing them. So we're just going to stain our feet. This is a centerpiece, guys, that we're working on, centerpiece. And most of it, Dollar Tree, Dollar Tree, Dollar Tree. The paint is, those are Dollar Tree. I think the paint and the hot glue is probably about the only thing that's not Dollar Tree. So, well, and some of the greenery now is not Dollar Tree that we'll be using. We will be using some greenery. I'm just staining these little wood feet and just staining the tops, not the bottoms. And if y'all just jumped on or whatever, if y'all are not following us, y'all tap on the screen, touch those 3 buttons, and give us a follow. We do lots of cool stuff over here. I try to craft more than 1 time a day, but some days that don't work. Life just gets in the way. And God says, no, slow down. Okay, I'm just staining the top. I'm not worried about getting down in those grooves. We're just staining the top. and the sides. I don't think the sides will be seen, but we're just going to stain them just because we're going to stain them. Just in case they're seen, we want it to, you know, look good and look finished. Okay. There. How's everybody's Saturday been? It has been so pretty. Is everybody through with Christmas shopping? I have only bought, I've only bought 2 Christmas presents. Being sick and then having to help Sonny play catch up. And we just ain't had much time to get out and about. Now, I think Sonny has gotten quite a few. I think. Well, no, I don't think she has. I think she got Jeff's. And I want to say she got Dusty's already. And the babies, of course. But, okay. Now, we've got that stained. I left this center open, and you'll see why. We got those stained. And I'm going to go ahead and glue the feet on just so that we can, you know, speed this process up as much as we can. And I'm just putting the feet, I'm going to put me a little bit of wood glue because I want it to become permanent in each corner. And guys, I have used just hot glue and they come off. Do not use just hot glue when you're doing feet. Don't do it. I'm going to just put a little bit of hot glue around the edge because, you know, we want it to be permanent. That wood glue will make it be permanent, and the hot glue is just going to hold it for right now. And I'm putting them right in the edge, right in the corner. I think Sonny and them might be coming home. Maybe. Ooh, that one. Okay, now we've got our feet, and see, it's just going to hold it a little bit off the table. Now I'm going to go ahead and go to the next step. We're going to, you know what, I'm not going to go to that because we're going to let this dry a little bit first. So I'm going to set it over out of the way. Now we're going to paint all these pieces that we're going to be using. Do with that. Okay. I've just got all I kept out were all the Christmas trees. One of the Christmas trees is missing. Oh, there he is. And then 2 of the little house shapes. The little house shapes. Okay, so we're just going to lay these out here. And guys, this is a centerpiece. So we've got to paint both sides of all of it. Okay, so I'm just getting me some paint. And I'm just going to paint these green. And I'm using the Acryology. And it kind of stains it instead of paints it. And I like that. I think that's cool. I'll hold it up there and y'all can see. It's not like a solid paint. It's more like a stain. But it's really, really pretty. But you know, we don't ever just use one color and stop when we're doing trees anyway, so. We'll fix them up. Fix them up. Y'all share this out so we can get more eyes watching. That's how small businesses make it. Without you guys, we couldn't. I'm going to be honest with you. If there's any crafters that y'all really like, the best thing you can do for them is to comment, share their video, and send up like some hearts or something. And if you have the means and you want to send stars, that just helps them out with their finances. And a star, for those that you don't know, star is like a tip. Like you're giving them just a tip, just like you do a waitress for waiting on you. you're giving them a tip for servicing you or serving you by teaching you different craft techniques and different stuff, and just spending time. Spending time with each other. That's awesome. Okay, we're going to set them to the side. Get the rest of them done real quick. And I should have. I wasn't thinking. I had 4 of these. I should have went ahead and painted. Guys, I'm sorry. I should have went ahead and painted 3 of them, and then I could have shown you. But it's okay. It's okay. I didn't think that far ahead. I love. Now, I'm going to tell you, the Acryology paint, if you're wanting a solid color, like an opaque color, don't use it. Because it's not an opaque color at all. It's very much see-through. Very much. And since I don't have any green glitter, we will be painting the other side of the green trees. And then when we get ready to put it together, we'll just turn, since it's a centerpiece, we'll turn some of them to where they're facing one side of the table and some of them where they're facing the other side of the table. So it'll look good. But it's going to be pretty, guys. It's going to be pretty. And on the last live, Miss Christie told me that we had a troll. So I went and I blocked him. But normally when I block them, all the comments go away. They didn't go away. And I couldn't get to all of them to delete them, guys. So his name was Stephen Oles, or I don't remember what it's, Stephen something. But y'all just ignore them people. They're just, I don't know what they are. I don't know if they're bots or if they're real people, or I don't know. But just ignore them and don't give anybody your information when you're on here. When they say, well, add me and we'll be friends or whatever. Don't do it. Don't do it. I really love this color green on these trees. And to me, it's perfect not being solid. Love it. I'm trying to hurry because I know we got to paint both sides. So I've got to paint it, dry it, and then turn it over and paint the other side. Then we've got to do all our, making it look different. I love it though. Let me hold that. This one's kind of dry. Let me hold it up there. Look at that. I love that it's see-through like that. It looks so cool. So cool. So get Acryology, guys, to paint you some Christmas trees because it's actually beautiful. I've not been too impressed using it on much because it's very, like I said, very see-through. But you know what? That makes it kind of like, I don't know if y'all ever used unicorn spit. The neat thing about unicorn spit is it's kind of see-through. And that's what makes it so cool. So it's kind of like that. I wonder if we could use it in the same way you do unicorn spit. That might be something for me to look into. And try out for our new processes. See if we can use it the same way. That'd be pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now, since this is going to be kind of made for a table, I'm not going to make the homemade snow. We're just going to use white paint for the snow. But you could make the homemade snow and just make sure you put enough glue in it so that it will harden and that way not come off and get in anybody's food or anything. Tomorrow morning, guys, is church. I'm so excited. I'm so ready. So ready. I'm going to tell you, God has really, really, really been dealing with me lately about we're not promised tomorrow. We're not promised tomorrow. Been high on my mind today. Okay, those are beautiful. I think we're going to go ahead and go to some, well, let me paint the back sides of these. And then we're going to go ahead and go to some of our other, because this is drying pretty quick. So I think it'll, and I'm going to paint this whole stem. It'll be fine. I love this green. Didn't know if I'd find anything that I actually love this acryology paint for, but I do this. This is gorgeous. And it's like just the right color for green for the trees. It's beautiful. Beautiful. If we happen to have anybody new on here, welcome, welcome. I noticed on our last video we had somebody new. And I thank you so much for joining us. We hope you follow us and join along in our tribe page. We have a tribe page called Driftwood and Shine Tribe. You do have to answer questions when you go over there, because that page is not your normal just share your craft page. It is a page that we set up. It's private. We set up just for our tribe so that they'll have a place to go and ask for prayer requests and just share their life. I mean, they share their crafts over there too, but they share a lot of their self over there. So it's not just a normal page. So that's why you have to answer questions, because we want to make sure that you know for sure that you didn't sign up for just a normal page. So anyhow. Okay, before we add, well, no, I'm going to go ahead and add some color. Okay, let's see. I don't want that brush. Let's do this one. I'm going to take, you know, we do a lime green a lot over our trees just to give them a little bit of look. So we're going to take our lime green. I'm not getting a whole lot on my brush. Not a whole lot. And we're just going to kind of just do some strokes. Just to give it a little bit of extra color besides just the dark green. And then as our paint kind of gets off our brush, we're going to go back up into where we left those strokes, and we're going to pull down even more. I don't think we'll do it to the little tree. We'll kind of pick and choose. I don't normally put any mustardy yellow or whatever, but I think we're going to today. Just for a little bit of color. Ooh, that bug fly. Now I'm going to go to the opposite tree this time. I'm going to tell you, I love living on a farm or a ranch. It's really kind of a ranch. We have cows and horses, but man, I don't like fly season. And it's not really even fly season right now, but they're everywhere because it's so warm, unseasonably warm. Of course, we've got cold weather today, and it's supposed to be even colder tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll see if it really does. What kind of weather are y'all having? I know some of y'all sent us pictures of snow. I absolutely love that. One day, I keep thinking maybe while we're out there in Amarillo, maybe the Lord will let it snow enough we can, you know, slide down a hill or something. I don't know. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Crystal said she got up yesterday morning and had a dusting of snow. So that would be really cool. lot on that one. I'm just doing streaks, guys. No rhyme or reason. Just some streaks. And then, like I said, as my paintbrush kind of gives out of the paint, then I just go back over it and kind of smear it out, I guess you'd call. Like just kind of smear it out. Okay, now we're going to use our yellow just a little bit. I don't know if y'all can see that. This gold one right here. We're just going to get a little bit of it and a little bit of this agave. Just to have a some different look. And I'm using the same paintbrush. There's no need to mess up a bunch of paintbrushes when you're doing a lot of crazy kind of painting, I call it. When you're just playing around. We just want them to look like they have a little texture. That's all. That's all. Oh my goodness. That was Sonny trying to come in. I don't know what went on. We'll see. What went on?
Crazy dog. Both will have to put him up. He had tore off there by the tail. He jumped up on top of your thing out there and grabbed him by the tail.
Oh, goodness.
Knocked everything down.
I knew I heard some stuff falling.
Catastrophe.
We'll say hey to him.
Hey, guys.
For those of you that might be new, that's my other part of Driftwood and Shine. She don't do a lot of crafts, but she's going to one day.
Okay, I'm leaving the drink right there. I'm the emotional support person. All right, I got to go get Bobby.
Emotional support person.
Yeah. Love you. Bye, guys. Love you. Bye, my love.
Bye, baby. Love you. She's emotional craziness. I don't know what I'd do without her. Okay, we're just getting our trees, and I'm just kind of going over all of them, guys, not being particular. We just kind of getting a little bit of paint because we want our trees to have a little bit of something, you know. Don't want them to look flat. We want them to have some dimensions, some, almost like I guess you could see the limbs in them, you know. That's cool. Okay, that's good for that side. Look there. Isn't that cool? That's cool. Okay, I think they're dry enough. We're going to go ahead and turn them over and paint the other side real quick. Whoops, I didn't paint him. That's all right. Get a little bit of paint on there. Okay, now get my green back and we'll go back to this beautiful color. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And we're going to use that gold and a little bit of the black to make us the brown for our tree trunks. So we'll just learn all kind of things. I'm sure y'all already knew all that. I've been wanting to do this, guys. I have had these tree kits. Oh, I don't know. Probably the last, well, since they put them out a couple months ago, I've had them, and I've been going to do them, you know, and it just, every time I'd think about them, then I couldn't find all of them, or either I didn't have the, you know, green paint, or I didn't have this, or I didn't have that. So tonight, thank goodness, everything come together. This is not the green paint that I wanted, but when I seen it, I said, well, let's give it a shot. And I like it better than, I'm glad I had this instead of the normal green paint. Isn't it great when it works out that way? I love it. Oops, I'm getting green all over where my snow's going to be. Told y'all this was going to take a little while tonight, because I should have already painted these trees. I just didn't think. I am sorry, sorry, sorry. I know I'll get those comments that say, well, I don't like watching paint dry. Oh, well, sometimes you just have to. But I'm hurrying, I'm hurrying. We're going to add a little bit of snow to these trees whenever I start and paint the snow on the bottom. But guys, even if when we get through with this and put it together, we still got to do the bottom part. So we might be here a little while. So y'all sprinkle it out. There'll be plenty of time for people to come watch. Plenty of time. And sprinkle, those that don't know maybe, sprinkle means to share. Just hit the share button. Okay, 2 more, and then we'll just give them a little touch up and move on, and whew, it's going to be a job tonight. Y'all hang in there with me. I promise it's going to be worth it, and it's going to be pretty. And it's for a smaller table. I you know, in my mind, I'm thinking a smaller table. Because some people do have small tables. I couldn't have too big a one on this, or there wouldn't be room for food. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell y'all. And this is, I'm not putting anybody down, I promise. It's just a laugh that I had today. I seen somebody had made a centerpiece, not in our crafting world. I think it was in, I want to say it was Aretha, but I can't really remember. But anyhow, it was a centerpiece. And guys, it was absolutely stinking beautiful, but big. I said, boy, they must have a big old table, or either it's going to reach over to the plates, and you might not even have room to set a plate. It was big. It was one of the biggest centerpieces I've ever seen. And it was long, too. Long and wide. But it was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Somebody's got a lot of talent. Okay. Got that done. Now let's move on to our last one, and then we'll dress them up, and then we'll do our tree trunks and our snow, and then we can move on to the next step. And again, I am sorry that I didn't think to go ahead and paint these trees, because I could have at least paint one set of them. Boy, I'm going to have green all over where my snow's going. Hey, that's just where the pine needles have fallen, right? Yeah. So it's okay. That's just the pine needles. And again, Miss Melissa, if you're on here, Miss Melissa Joins, thank you so much for your bid on my craft this morning to help Sherry Patterson out with Curvy Ladies Crafting. Sherry's sweet, sweet girl. And they're just having a really hard time right now. And thank you, thank you, thank you that you helped us help her. And if you didn't see my comment, you just go to the GoFundMe at the top in the description, and that's how you pay. It's just clicking on that GoFundMe. I think some of my green got over on the other side, but it's okay. All right, now let's go get our other color. And these are still a little wet, but we're just gonna go for it. Cause we can. Okay, got my lime green, my tree lime or lime tree. Just making little streaks. Just to give it a little more color than just the one color green. Give it a little bit of oomphy oomph. Okay, now my paintbrush is kind of run out, so I'm just going back and just kind of smearing the second color out like that. Just smearing it out, guys. Just smearing it out. Oh, I've got a big old gob right there. Big old gob. Let's see if we can get that smeared out for sure. This part goes pretty fast because we can just, you know, hurry along with it. But all I'm doing for those that are just tuning in is putting just little streaks. And then after the paint kind of gets out of my brush and it's not leaving very noticeable streaks anymore, then I take my brush and just go back real hard like that and kind of smear out the streaks that I put in it. Just to give it, we're really just highlighting areas so it looks like it's got some limbs that are just kind of, you know, doing like that. Okay, now it's kind of give out, so I'm going to just go back and kind of smear them out so they're not, you know, overly noticeable. They're noticeable, but not like, you know, kind of like we planned it. Which, guess what? We did. Yeah. Okay, we're going to get one more color and then we'll get some of that gold and that other green and then we'll be through with this part and we'll move on to the tree trunks. Then we'll do the snow. Then we can move on to putting it together and then making the centerpiece part. Okay, we're going to go in here now to the gold and a little bit of this agave. And that's just the reason I'm using different colors is to give like dimension between the trees that are there. If we did them all the same color-wise, then like how each tree is different, and if we did them all same color-wise, then they're going to look all the same instead of, you know, like different trees. So now I'm just smushing it in. Okay, I love that. Okay, almost through with this. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm ready to mix up the brown and get it done. Guys, we're supposed to have that auction tomorrow, but I'm going to just tell you, because y'all know I try to be honest with y'all. That was the most uncomfortable feeling. I don't like auctions. I don't like feeling like I'm begging somebody to buy what I've made, and you sit there and the bids don't come in and you're just like, oh my goodness, I made a mess. Nobody likes it. And it's just an odd feeling. Just an odd feeling. Okay. Love them. Love them. Now let's mix up. Now I'm going to take this same paintbrush and we're going to take just a dab of black in here in this yellow. Maybe a little bit more dab than that. Until we get us a brownish looking color. There we go. And then we're just literally going to paint our tree trunks. And it's okay if it has a little bit of the gold fleck in it. We don't care. So we're just painting our tree trunk. I have to turn it over and paint the other side too. I was about to forget it. Get a little more mixed up. Love it. But guys, you know, those of you that craft quite a bit, like Miss Beverly and Kim and a lot of y'all craft a lot, and it's beautiful. You don't have to have the right color of whatever, you know. Just make up in your mind what you think. See, I didn't know gold and black. I just thought it because I didn't have any brown, so I had to come up with something of the colors that I've got. And I think they're good enough. It's close enough. Close enough. Now let me turn it over and get these other side right quick. Oh, I've got lots of green spread out everywhere, but it's okay. If you're doing it at home, like I've told y'all all along, when you're crafting at home, don't try to do like we do it live on a live. Take your time and let your paint dry and all that on each side, and don't be in such a big hurry. We have to be in a big hurry so that we can get a craft done in a reasonable amount of time, unless we want to do a pre-record, so we do just a few steps and then a few steps and a few steps like that. But at home, take your time so everything turns out beautiful. And you don't have all that green inside where your snow's supposed to be. But we gonna just go with it. Just gonna go with it. Okay, last trunks. And then we'll do our snow. The snow should be pretty fast. Okay, now we got our trunks, see? Got our trunks of our trees. Now, let me put that to the side and get this other little flat brush, and we're going to use it to do our snow. And like I said, if that green comes through, then that's okay. It's just going to be like the pine needles have fallen off the trees. And we're not going to worry about it. Not going to worry about it at all. Okay, then we're just going to do a little bit of snow, just a little. And all I'm doing to do the snow, guys, is kind of scraping my brush over the edge of the limb. When you scrape it, it just kind of, you know, pulls, and then a little bit gets on your edge of your limb. So you're good. I think this is going to be so cute. I'm so excited to see it. I get excited to see all of them, though. I love crafting. I think what I like about crafting, or at least my kind of crafting, is the thought of the unknown. The thought of what it's really going to turn out to look like. You know what I mean? Like, ooh, is this going to really look like what I'm thinking, or is it going to be a hot mess? But you won't ever know till you give it a shot. It's the whole point. Just trying. Step outside of your comfort zone and just try. You never know. It may be the prettiest thing. I've said this before on a craft. Y'all know that saying, and if you don't, I'll share it with you. It says, it's like a little girl talking to her daddy. It says, but Daddy, what if I fall? He said, but oh, baby girl, what if you fly? And I love that. I love it. And that's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to fly. Because nothing in crafting is a fail. Listen, it's crafting. Start over. If it really just is not going like you had planned, things are just kind of going haphazard and crossways and sideways and all them kind of things, just start over. Start over. Just never give up. Never give up. Okay, I'm just putting snow, and like I said, I'm just dragging my paintbrush across it. And the whole thing, don't try, when you're doing something like this, guys, don't try to get it to be equal parts of this and equal parts of that. Well, look how I got my snow here. Snow falls different. Everything looks different when you're out in the country, out in the woods. You won't find any two trees alike. And that goes the same for the snow or how the leaves fall off of them. I mean, it's just make it individual. Make it you when you're crafting. I mean, I get comments, you know, and I understand. People say, well, it'd look better if you did so-and-so. But the thing is, it would look better to them if I did so-and-so, but not necessarily to me, because we see our crafts different most of the time than what other people do. We have a different perspective. We have a different thought that we've started out with. I mean, it's just do you. Just do you. And not everybody, I mean, you know, they'll say, well, it's not my cup of tea, but it sure is pretty for you. And that's wonderful. That's what, as crafters, we want people to say. Yeah, not me, but hey, you do you. And that's what we want to do, is do us. But I'm just putting, and the reason I'm putting snow on every one of them, guys, is because we have snow on the ground. If a tree's standing out there and there is snow on the ground, I mean, more than likely there's going to be some snow on these bushy trees. So, I'm just putting snow on my bushy trees. I know y'all not used to seeing me craft like this long. Well, oh well. I love it. Love it. I can't wait to see it put together. Can't wait. Can't wait to see it put together. That's cute. Isn't that cute? Okay, now let's get this one done. And then I'll turn it over and we still got to do the other side. But then we'll be through with the painting of this. Matter of fact, we'll be through with all the painting then after this. So that'll be good. That'll be good. So y'all hang in there. We're almost through with the painting. Almost through with the painting. Got to get our trees with some snow on it here. Then we'll be able to dry it and turn it over and put snow on the other side. And then we are through with the painting. And that'll be awesome. Ooh, that was a lot of paint. You know what I just thought? I should have painted the part that we're going to put all this down in white. I might have to go over it with white for it to look right. Because it's going to be snow. Put a little bit of snow on these. And just if y'all just tuning in, guys, how I do my snow on the tree like this, I just scrape the side of my brush on the limb. That's all I do. Okay, let's move over here. I think that's dry enough. Next time, I promise, guys, when I'm gonna do something like this, I'll go ahead and paint at least 3 of them, or the majority of them. Then we don't have to watch the whole paint dry. But it just didn't even cross my mind. I was getting all my stuff together, and I just didn't even cross my mind to do that. But we're getting close. Getting close. So you keep saying that, Debbie. Now we've almost got one whole piece done. How about that? Almost. But now y'all know how to paint you some snow, right? There we go. One whole piece done. Yay! Okay, let's get the rest of these 3 done so we can stop this painting. Other than painting these white. Y'all share it out. Go some more of my pine limbs. Guys, as I'm painting this, I'm seeing that I forgot to paint the sides of my trees. But I'm not going to worry with it now. I can touch them up later. I can use a toothpick and touch them up. Woo! I knew I was going to drop that. I could feel it. Feel it coming on. Is anybody going anywhere like we are for Christmas? Going to see family or something? Or having family come in to y'all? We normally, back when my mom and dad was alive, family came to us. You know, but things change as we grow older. And if you're new here, guys, I don't call people's name out or anything because I can't read the screen. I can't read my phone way up there, and I don't have a tablet or anything to have here with me. But then I'm so used to, I've crafted like this now for 5 years, so it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. kind of like just crafting and keeping on going. Kind of like that. Okay, we got 2 done. 2 done, guys. 2 done. We're going to be through before you know it. I love centerpieces. They're so pretty. And they add so much to a tablescape. Sonny's for Thanksgiving was pretty, and it was all Dollar Tree. But it was beautiful. And she's going to, next year, she's going to use the stuff I made, you know, for the church, because it all matched her table. She's going to use it as her centerpiece stuff next year. And of course I'll do something different for the church. I like to change up each year. I was gonna, this year, I told y'all I was gonna put, make one of the mangers like baby Jesus would have been in, the old kind that was made like a cement trough. But being sick kind of put a damper on all that. So we had just a cute little table up there tonight. I mean, I didn't do it. Somebody else done it. With a poinsettia and just a nativity scene. It's pretty though. Pretty, pretty. Okay, we're almost got 3 done, guys. So just one more, and then I'll slap some white paint on that, and then we will put all this together. There's 3 done. Yay. Yay. Get this done. And then we'll be on it. And I'm not smearing out this that I'm doing down here. I'm kind of leaving, even with regular paint, guys, you can still show texture just by some of the areas being a little thicker than the others. And it'll still show a little bit of texture. And that's what I did. On my snow, I didn't smooth it out smooth. Boy, you can see the green through that one. Put a little bit of more white right over that. That was a lot of green. Almost through. Look how quick these go. Ooh, got a little much white paint then, but that's okay. If any of y'all have not followed Curvy Ladies Crafting, Miss Sherry over there, y'all go follow her, because she's only a little over 1,000, I think, away from being monetized. So that would help her have a way to bring in some money if she could get, monetized. Awesome. 4 down, guys. 4 down. Now let me paint these real white real quick, and I'm not even going to worry about getting them good and white. But we're just going to paint them white, and then we're going to put it together. And guys, we're still working on doing a retreat all the motels that I've talked to so far, if their ballroom is affordable, then the rooms are not. The cheapest rooms that we've found so far were $159 a night, and that didn't even include breakfast. I'm like, whoa. So, we're still looking. We're still looking. For a regular retreat. Now, we're having our tribe retreat in November of 2023 up in Kill Devil Hills in a big old huge house. I know it's not going to be beach weather, but it's going to be fun. We're going to have all the food is provided, your room is provided, you have a private room with a private bath, and we'll do 4 high-end crafts. I'm going to have an inspirational speaker, and we're just going to have a lot of time to get to know each other. And I am so excited. And we do have a few rooms left, not many, a few. And you can sign up before December the 31st and be able to pay payments, 10 payments. Okay, let's set them aside and let them dry. And then we're going to go ahead and get our other piece out, because it's dry enough now. And we're going to put 3 pieces, and this is Dollar Tree foam. But we're going to put 3 pieces on here. And I've already kind of put it together, not put it together, but set it up here to see how I wanted it. So I know about how much wood to leave on the end. And we're just going to put them side to side to side. Should have put a little bit in between them. Let me put a little bit in between them. I left a little too much greenery on one side, but I think it's going to be fine because we're really not even going to see that, guys. Not even going to see that. Okay, we got that done. Now we're going to take our 2 pieces, and I know they're not completely dry. It'll be okay. It will be okay. Okay, now what we're going to do is take, I'm trying to remember how, I said we was through painting, guys. We've got to paint our houses real quick. Let me paint them real quick. I'm going to have red houses. Red houses with some snow on the roof. I just think red would be pretty. And it would make it stand out among the trees up on the top part of our centerpiece. Excuse me. I don't know that I have done this long a craft in ever. But that's okay, because it's going to be pretty. Y'all just hang with me. We might add our houses in later because we're going to let this dry while we go on and do the rest of it. because we still got to paint the other side of it even. So we'll just paint it, and then we'll move on. Because I want it to dry before I try to put the snow on it anyway, because that red next to the white's gonna turn pink and be ugly. Okay, so we're gonna lay them up there and let our two red houses dry right now. Now we're gonna move on to this. Okay, I'm just gonna put me a little bit of wood glue. Well, if it'll come out. I left it open there for a little while and it's getting clogged up. We're going to put a little bit of wood glue in here. Just like that. Because we want it to be permanent, right? And we're going to put a little bit of hot glue. Because we want it to hold temporary. We're just going to set our trees down in there. Just like that. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing to, let me turn it sideways so you can see. We're going to put us some wood glue. Wood glue. And I already kind of worked out in my head how I want this, guys. That's why I'm going ahead and just doing it. And I'm hoping I remember how I wanted it. And we're just going to slide these in like that. Then we're going to put our hot glue over here. And then this one is the little tree, so I'm going to turn it so the big tree is right beside it. I want it to stay together though. There. Okay. Then, we're going to, on this end, going to put some wood glue. And a little bit of hot glue. And see how this one, I have the big tree, so we're going to do it opposite. We're going to put the big tree over here, but we're going to kind of stagger it. I was supposed to stagger this one a little bit more, but it's staggered. You can see it. See how they're staggered? Okay, now we're going to go ahead and put our trees, 2 of them. I'm going to put my glitter one here. So I'm just going to hot glue him. There's our glitter one. Oh, oops, about broke him. That wasn't good. There. Okay, got my glitter one. Then I'll put a house here, and then we'll have another little tree that hangs out over the end. And then on this side, I think I'm going to put, because I have my glitter tree there, I think I'm going to turn this one around and put him like this. So he's like the rest of the trees there, and then we'll put our glitter tree on the end. Okay, there. And he's right in the middle, so he's going to help hold it. Okay, now we've got our trees done, so now I've got to get back over here and finish our houses. And I'm going to take just a little bit of this brown paint and paint this chimney right there. Don't have much of that brown paint left, but we're going to do the best we can. Paint our little bit of chimney. This is almost like how all those other crafters, you know, we don't do the kits, but this is kind of almost like that. So I know this is taking so long, there's no way I could do kits with y'all all the time. I would be feeling so much pressure, I guess. Okay, I'm going to turn it over and go ahead and paint the other side red. Now this side doesn't show my snow because it's the back side, but we're just going to do it the best way we can. Just guesstimate where our snow would be. The other side had me a line that I could go by. This side doesn't. But there. We did good. We did good. And I'm putting, part of the reason I wanted the house to be red, guys, we're going to tie red in when we do the greenery and all the stuff underneath. This is it's gonna pop then. The red will fall right into place. Man, thank goodness I didn't choose to do this on that craft today. Whew, I'd have never, ever, 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 ever seen daylight. Man, this is a lot of painting. Normally, y'all know normally I try to paint ahead of time and just leave a little bit so I could, whoops, look at that. I'm just painting right over where my snow's supposed to be. That's not good. Because that red is hard to paint over, guys. I'm going to see if I can wipe it off with a baby wipe. Because it is hard to paint over, especially with white. It'll turn pink every time. Every time. It's not going to come off. Oh well. Maybe it won't be too bad. Maybe it won't be too bad. Okay. Got a red. Now I'm going to go ahead and try to paint my white. For our snow. I'm going to just have me a lot to paint over that and see if it'll stay. How about that? Without turning too pink. And then white on our chimney. That's cute. Okay, I'm going to have to dry those real quick, guys. Sorry. So I can turn it over and paint. Put the snow on the other side so we can get on with this program. that's good enough. Now, I'll just hold this and paint it like this. Then we can go ahead and glue these into place and put our other tree, and then we can put it together and go ahead and do our bottom and finally be done, guys. Woo! Woohoo! Okay, let's go ahead and I don't think I'm going to put him this way. Oops, put my wood glue. Bubbling up again. Man, this wood glue sets up so quick. Wood glue and hot glue. Sitting right there. Then we're going to put we've got this tree up this way, so over here we're going to have our sparkly tree. Oh, I don't even have to put anything, it's right there. Nope, it doesn't reach over that far. There's our sparkly tree. I do need to add a little bit of snow to our sparkly tree. Okay. Now let's get around here. Our wood glue. Hot glue. We'll turn our house this way because this house, see, I've got that house with the little piece over there. So I'm going to have this house with the little piece this way. Just like this. Okay, there's our house. Now our tree. My glue goes right there. We set our tree right in there. Look, now we've got our little top. Isn't that cute? Now, what we're going to do, whoops, we'll knock it apart. That's what I'm going to do. Now we're going to put this right up here. I think it reaches end to end almost, yep. Okay. So we've got to get quite a bit of glue up here because we want it to stick, right? And melt into this foam, because that's kind of what it does. Melts into the foam. Okay. And it doesn't really matter which way we set it because we've got it two-sided. So regardless of which side it's on, see, regardless of which side it's on, it'll look like a centerpiece. Now, let me move all this out of my way so I don't stick, y'all know I'll stick everything in the paint. Now, I've got awesome picks that we're just going to spread in here. And we may not even keep them together because, see, these, oh, them kind of have a snow, but these don't. These have a lot of gold. So, we're probably going to cut it apart. Let me move these out of the way so y'all can see. Okay, we're going to cut these apart. And I'm going to just cut them all apart first, then we'll stick them together. Because some of them are not, they don't have a hard stem on them. So, and I don't know that we'll use any of those limbs. Probably not. I love these pine limbs. Like this. I love those kind. Well, my hair's in it, imagine that. And then these are a little different. So they're all a little different. That's why we're going to go ahead and cut them all apart. And then we can use them and spread them all out in the whole design. And then it's not going to matter that they're a little different at all. Not gonna matter. And we may have to come back and use some of the leaves. I'm not throwing them away. Now see, I don't know if I'm gonna use that, but we may. We're just gonna see. Those will probably be the last thing I would put in. And I'm not going to cut the those gold leaves off. We may possibly use them, but we're just going to wait and we'll wait and test the water on that before we decide. Oh, we're kind of made together, okay. But now when you're doing something like this, oh, that one is already falling off, guys. That's the one I moved, and even the wood glue's not holding it on because I moved it. So there now. Now we've got some hot glue on it. But when you got something of this size, and our trees, we didn't make it real tall because remember this is for a small centerpiece. So our piece of foam's not real big. See, we wouldn't want to put this whole piece because look how then it would cover some of your tree. That's why I'm cutting it apart, in case y'all were wondering. I put a little thought into that. Sometimes I don't. I did into that. They don't have very long stems on these though, so I have to make sure I get enough wood glue in them. And I think I'm going to use these little cute pieces there. I like them. I like them. Only got 2 of them, so I'll have to use them, you know, sparingly. But then I've got this little bitty tree, guys, that it's seen a whole lot better days. I mean, it can be fluffed out, I'm sure, but we're just going to cut us some of these limbs off and use them as kind of filler. And they have the red berries. So see, we're tying in that red, and that's why I did the house red, so that we're tying it all in together. And we'll probably start with these and kind of fill them all in. Then we can decide where we want to put any of the bigger kind of things. Because we don't, it's a small centerpiece for a small table. When you're making a small centerpiece for a small table, guys, you don't want it to be real big and round or reach out, like I said, and cover up plates or anything like that. So you have to, you know, think about all that when you're making a centerpiece. How big is your table? You know, how much room do you have? And all that good stuff. Okay, we are almost ready. I keep saying we're almost there, but we really are a little closer now. As soon as I get all these cut off, because that's a pretty good piece of, remember that too, when you're having to cover up that much foam, it's going to take quite a bit of stuff to cover it up. So you want to make sure you have enough greenery cover what needs covering. And this is old little tree, and I can tell it is falling all apart. Like all my little greenery stuff is just coming off. So that's okay. Okay. One more. Now, I'm not even going to put hot glue on these little bitty pieces, guys. They've got a hard part, and we're going to use these little ones up here because we've got to cover, and some of these are tall and long, and I'm not even worried about that. I'm just going to use them. That way it's not covering up our tree, but yet it's covering up our foam, and that's what you want. You want that foam to be disguised. I'm just sticking it in there. And see, I'm not even going to stick it in the sides, because then we can do a little something different. Don't have any red berries. And see, you can even fold this down. It doesn't have to all stick up. We can fold some of it down like that. I see a little foam right over there. Yeah. Where y'all can see me. Okay, we got our foam covered up on the sides. Now I'm going to go in and just kind of fold them down just a little bit. And then I'm going to take what few we still have left of this kind. Let's see how many I have. Those don't have berries, but they're the same thing. Okay, so we have 5. So I'm going to kind of just spread them out. No rhyme or reason, just kind of spreading them out around the whole thing so that the whole thing has some of the red berries on the side. That way it takes down what we've got here on the side down to our side. Then just start sticking your other greenery in randomly. Don't when you're just picking up stuff, just stick it randomly. And we don't want it to come way out. We're keeping it all kind of close to our design because we just want it pretty and filled out but not stuck. And see, now we don't have, let's get out these. Well, let me go finish sticking these in first. But we want to, whenever you only have a few of something, you want to see how many you got and make sure you have them kind of, oh, there's another one of our red berries. We didn't get a red berry down here, so let's use a red berry down here. Just knocked him right out. There. Okay, I have other greenery, so don't get nervous that we're running out. Okay, we only have 4 of these, so we want 2 on each side. And I'm not putting them just toward the end. I'm just kind of putting them. Oh, we had 5. I like the bigger kind like this because it covers more area. It covers up more of your Now we've only got 2 of these, so I'm going to put 1 on the end so that it can be long. Where's my other one? Oh, there he is. And 1 down here on this end because, you know, the length, you'll have a little more room to work. Oops, about broke off one of my limbs. That would not be cool. Got another one of these. Got another one. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, we're going to stick him right in here. Now we're going to start filling in with some of our other stuff. Now, I am going to put hot glue on these because they have very little stems and they're not hard stems. They're very tender stems, so to speak, I guess you'd say. Be careful with your trees, guys, because I think they'll break easy. I'm going to have to put more hot glue in these because they're not wanting to stay in. So we're just going to put a lot of hot glue and hope that it stays. That one's staying, but this one is not really wanting to, so I'm just holding it. I need to get something up under it so it can kind of hold it. There, that'll kind of hold it up in place. Now we got another gold one. Got one on each end. We'll go ahead and put one here in the middle. And you just kind of, did y'all see my tongue sticking out? Y'all know I'm concentrating, thinking when that tongue goes to sticking out. Okay. And these pine things, like I said, I'm gluing them in because they don't have a very long stem and they're very weak stem. A very weak stem. And I'm just sticking the stuff in, guys. Not really, there's no rhyme or reason, just where you see a hole that needs something, just stick something in. Now we're going to add in some of our little drums. This drum and this present was separated. Okay, I'll just have to glue that drum that way. Let's see. Okay, let's see where we can put a cute little present. I think right there. See where I can get him to stick in yet. Sometimes you just have to hold it long enough for it to set up, though. Don't turn it loose too soon. This present right up here. Putting me quite a bit of glue since I don't have a stick thing on it. I'm just going to, oops, stick them down in there. And I keep knocking that off. Okay. Present there and there. Some of these others I'm going to pull out that I didn't hot glue in. And we're going to move them a little bit because I need to be able to use that area for my drum. Because that'll take up space and it'll look good right there. And sometimes now I'm thinking we might should have put the big things in first instead of the little things, but that's okay. That one sure don't want to stay in though. He's being cantankerous, guys. Cantankerous. Holding this one in because he is being cantankerous. Now, I don't know if these are gonna, I don't think they're gonna fit anywhere. We can put this one in though, somewhere. Let's see, that's pretty full. That one's pretty full. I think we need some more over here. Okay, we got one more present that we need to find somewhere to stick him. Well, let me move this. I'm going to move this one for right now. Right over here. I'm working right here in this area. I'm going to try to get this present stuck in there to where he'll glue and stay. Hold him, let him stick. Then I can come in here under him with this greenery and poke it in, and that'll help hold the present in. Awesome. Okay, now we've got to have a little bit more greenery. That one keeps falling out. He just don't want to stay. He just really don't want to stay. Okay, we're going to have a little bit more greenery, guys. Now, I'm not going to cut long pieces. We're just going to cut small ends of this. This is the branch that we made the swag out of the other day. This is just another one of those branches. And we can use this because we will glue this in, and we can use it as stabilizer, see, for the other stuff that's not wanting to stay so good because it's big and doesn't have a good bottom to it. We can use it as stabilizer. Okay. Told you. You have to have a lot of greenery when you've got a long, even though this is a small centerpiece, there was a long piece of foam that you want to make sure that you cover up. You don't want any of that peeking through. Okay, let's see if this is enough. Now, all I'm going to do with this is stick it in the places that I see foam. Because, see, it's little and thin, so I can use it to go in the places that have foam, where I see foam. And this, we're going to be sticking everywhere, so it'll be a part of the whole. Out of that glue gun. Do I still have sound now? Y'all know when that happened the other day, I didn't have any sound. I hope I still have sound. I'm just sticking this in though, guys. And I'm fixing to use it down here. I'm going to show you. Because he keeps wanting to fall out. So what I did was stick 2 of them right here. See? And I kind of turned them up. And then that way they can cradle this pine cone. And hopefully give it time for the glue to set up. See, they can cradle it, keep it from falling down. Okay, I'm still just going to go around and stick it where I see foam. And see, it kind of matches the top where we used all the red, that green with the berries. So it kind of goes with all that. And this is what will make it look nice and full on the sides. Real nice and full. I'm just going all the way around. The only downfall of this is I don't have anywhere to hold when I'm trying to stick it in. Like to keep, you know, to give me a little bit of pressure to be able to push against. I don't have anything. Okay, we'll get this side full and I think we're about it, guys. This has been a long craft, y'all. I know y'all are not used to me crafting this long. I'm not used to me crafting this long. At all. When I craft a long time, it feels like I'm doing something wrong. Debbie, why couldn't you hurry this along? But he is stinking cute. I told you he was going to be. Told you. Stinking cute. Okay, I need a couple more pieces. And then I'll hold it up, guys, and y'all can see it. Just want to get a couple more pieces so this end can be as full as everywhere else, and then we'll be done. Okay. Dusty, I'm live. I'll call you back. Okay. All right, bye. That was my granddaughter. Okay, guys. Now, let me hold it up. This thing that took forever. Look how cute. See? And each side is all done. And you just set it in the center of your table or on your mantle or wherever. And you've just got a cute little centerpiece that sheds. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. I had more crafts to do, but I did not intend on this one taking 3 years. So, unless I go in there and think of something I just gotta do, I think this is it for tonight. But anyhow, thank y'all for the ones that hung in. Y'all please share it out. So somebody else may want to get them some of the little tree things and make them a little tree scenery. That's what we did. We just made us a little tree scenery, put some greenery around it. And I put the ornaments and all that. I'll be honest with you. I think it would look pretty with just greenery. With just greenery. Not have any of the drums or the presents or even the pine cones. I think it would look really pretty with just greenery. But either way, it's still pretty. So that's it for right now. Y'all make you something crazy like this. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you later.